Absolutely. You know what it is, Hot 97 Funk Flex. So, let me start. First of all, I'm happy to be here. All right? It's my job. So, it's quiet. Wait, Dad. I didn't be that quiet. All right, so, I want to break a couple things down today. I'm not usually a person who gives the information that kind of goes on behind the scenes in the music business, but I've watched a couple things for a few weeks. I've several things. Well, how many weeks you would say it is, Tat? Your mic should be on. How many weeks is your? How many weeks is it?
About 3 or 4 or 5.
So I've watched a couple different things. One is, I've watched 6ix9ine's Energy, right? What else have I seen? I watched a little bit. What was that? You showed it to me. The Clubhouse with with
Akademiks.
I think it was 21 Savage, Meek Mill. There was other people there though.
There was a few people there. Yeah.
I watched that situation. I also what else did I watch? I just watched the music business as a whole, and it's over the last couple weeks. And I think what was final. So there's been this situation where the CEO of, I'm about to say Rocnation, got a pardon.
Yeah.
From Trump.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Out of 140 pardons, yeah.
That's a lot of pardons.
It is, yeah.
But a lot of people got pardoned. Lil Wayne, Kodak Black. Who else?
There was
the CEO from affiliated with Snoop.
Oh yeah. Harry O.
That was like he's
the one that started Death Row
Records.
Yeah.
So, what time is it? Because I know I got a little couple minutes before we got commercial. So, maybe we start with the 6ix9ine situation. Is that a good way to start?
Yeah, we do.
It's a good way. So that we set a good tone of where we're going, I'm not great with the word rat. That's not really a word in my vocabulary. Cooperate is a word in my vocabulary. And I did see, and I think 6ix9ine was definitely trying to, in his efforts to speak harsh to Meek Mill, put the whole Desiree cooperating, right? And he was saying that them two are the same. Is that what 6ix9ine was trying to get across?
That's what he was equating, yeah.
Okay. Let me deal with that first, New York. That's because if I can paint a right picture so that you understand what's going on. So 6ix9ine, who I know people aren't going to like what I'm saying. He's a guy I like. I liked his first album. I like when I met him. I did like his music very much. I still like his music. His first album. I didn't like his second album, right? And I will be totally honest with you because now I'm going to give you some more behind the scenes in the music business. He could have had the Benjamins on the second album. I wasn't going to play it. Me and 6ix9ine have the same lawyer, by the way. So I'm going to be so transparent tonight. So, I don't know if my lawyer wants to get shouted right now. Oh my gosh. All right. So, I like him. I don't think he should be comparing himself to the CEO of Rocnation because 6ix9ine New York is was portraying himself to be a gang gorilla. Was that right?
Yeah.
That's the image he was giving off. Partially because he's young. The money came quick. No, seriously, Tat.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet.
No, you know what? Tell me what do you think?
Well, those are my guys. So I know, like, I kind of think I know where you're going, and you're right. They're not the same because he is a rat.
I thought we weren't going to use that, but he
he
cooperated, Tat. He cooperated.
Those are my free Melly.
What? But listen.
I'm sorry.
And they should free them, Tat, because me and you are going to have the discussion tonight.
Okay.
They should free them.
Yeah.
But there was crime going on here.
Yes.
I like those guys
bad
too.
Decisions and bad moves.
There was crime. There was crime.
Yes.
And with crime comes a situation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, going back to Gang Gorilla, which is
okay
with 6ix9ine, Tekashi. So he gave off that energy, New York, and I'm trying to see if I'm not surprised he cooperated.
No.
I'm not. Listen to me, New York. Unlike 6ix9ine, like, listen, me. Don't do a crime with me. Don't tell me about what you did at the bank. Don't tell me where the money's hidden. I'm a civilian. And I'm going to testify, Your Honor. Don't involve me in nothing. Please. I beg you. Call me Funk Flex Pharrell. Okay? If I ever say to you and you ask me my name, I'm going to say, I'm Funk Flex Pharrell. I'm giving you a hint. Oh, are you talking? Absolutely. So I'm a civilian. See, I don't like the way the snitch rat word is being thrown around. We can't just throw it around in convenience.
No.
Right? So 6ix9ine cooperated. I know some will call him a rat. I get it. But he cooperated.
Heavily.
He should be wearing that different than the CEO of Rocnation. He's wearing that different because you were proclaiming, turn this down for me, you were proclaiming, is that the right word? You were insinuating that you were a street guy.
Yeah, proclaiming I think is right, yeah.
6ix9ine was. He was and he's not, obviously. And, for the kids and people out there and, the younger ones, my lesson, well, not my lesson, but what I'd like you to see beforehand is he shouldn't have got involved in that situation where he should be that, right? Or portray being that. There's a very big difference between you and Desiree, my brother. And I know you were trying to make the simulation or whatever word you want to use. It's not that. And Meek Mill said something that was interesting, and this is also music industry. The music industry shut down on 6ix9ine. The music industry, as they rightfully should, they shut down on him, didn't allow him to put out that message. I'm going to give my opinion, and it's just my opinion tonight. Whatever he was involved with the other members, yeah. Right? And please tell me, I know that he's gang affiliated or whatever it might be. Yeah. The fact that whatever group members let him be affiliated with you wasn't a smart move, obviously. Because he testified, he cooperated. I don't want to say I blame them this as much, but I'm just, I don't,
some bad decisions there.
It's not that even a bad decision. It's like, you know, there is crime here. There were incidents. There were shootings.
Yeah, but then...
But there was, Tat. There was.
But then it was him on the phone acting like he was putting out the hit.
Well...
That was him. That wasn't them. Nobody said, hey,
I
act
gotta
like
be,
this. That was him.
New York City, and Tat, I'm going to answer you. There's no way I'm going to put my trust in someone with rainbow hair.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And definitely young. No. Young. He's young. How old is this guy's young?
He was early 20s, 21.
I'm not putting my trust in him.
No. Bad decision.
Getting back to the music industry shutting down on him.
Yeah.
The DSPs, which is what we call Apple, Tidal, Spotify, they all shut down on him.
Digital streaming
They
provider.
didn't. They didn't give him playlisting.
No.
And 6ix9ine New York. Let me tell you something. I don't want to say I don't care about him testifying. I want to say the cooperation and amongst his team and whatever that was, I don't know what that is. I don't believe he was in danger. I don't believe anybody was going to kill him. I don't believe it. I don't. I just don't think it was that serious. We can try to convince me of that, but it's not. And he moved terribly when he came out of jail.
Absolutely.
You know, cooperating is one thing. Bragging about it and proud of it,
showing it off,
is a whole other animal. And once I've never talked about this, you know, because it's music and I can't be affiliated with that. I can't be affiliated with the after of it, like the after when he came out and had no remorse or no, you know, it was just the energy of it was terrible. I can't play your music.
Right.
I can't play your music. I don't want to play your music. The message you're pushing doesn't make sense to me. I would like to see him apologize. I would like to see him move different because I like him. I do, Tat. I like him.
No, I know you do.
How much time I got left? So he was the one who put the whole. He was calling Desiree or well, he was calling her.
He was
saying she cooperated. He was liking them together.
Yeah.
I understand. He was going back and forth with Meek.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna pay some bills. And now I'm going to give my opinion. I'm going to come back with it's just my opinion. I've done my research, New York. I could be right, I could be wrong. I'm just giving you, it's just an opinion of mine. All right. It's for, you know, what's a good way to put it? Not that I'm disappointed. I didn't think people care so much about an opinion. Right? But New York City, before I give the opinion, I want to paint another picture for you so you understand. I want to go through. There's a lot of voices in New York, right? There's a lot of people who have an opinion, a lot of blogs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the internet. What's that, you know?
Akademiks.
No, and I respect this hustle, so please understand when I'm describing this to you, I respect this hustle. Who's the guy who used to be at Rap Radar?
Oh, Elliot.
Elliot Wilson. Goofball. Right?
Oh, not
No,
YN.
I'm joking. Goofball. Wait, so, you know, I respect the structure. New York. So I want to play in structure because, you know, it sounds weird. I know everyone gets touchy when you talk about certain people in the city. It gets people. But let me explain. So you got Elliot Wilson.
Yeah.
He's a good digital guy. Interview everything that he does. Mm-hmm. He's also an internet mole, right? Is that the right? He's a mole. What did you call that? What would you call that?
I think mole.
Mole. MOLE.
Yeah, it might be right.
All right. So he's Rocnation's internet muscle, right? Is that what he is? Because I'm break this industry down to you, New York, so you have such a good feel.
Presence.
Yes. Rocnation manages DJ Lobo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they manage DJ Camilo.
Right.
They manage Angie Martinez.
Yes.
They do business with Charlemagne.
Yes.
And they're friends of Ebro.
Yes.
Yes. So before I give you my comments and my stuff, New York, I'm going to make sure I describe this picture right. All the people I just named will never, ever say anything. And I respect it, though. I respect it. You want to know why, New York? Every individual should do business that works for them. Yeah. And please, in calling your name today, I respect the way you move. All those names I just mentioned, I respect to the highest level.
You always big them up.
Yes, to the highest level, their work ethic and what they are. But I'm just painting a picture. So, God, why do I keep saying Rockefeller? Because it's the same thing.
No.
They just swapped out Dame Dash for Dez. Okay, I'm going to stop. This is just jokes, New York. So let me just back up a little bit. So, we have the mole, the internet mole. What's his
President Elliot.
Oh, President Mole.
No presence is president.
With no backbone and no spine, Elliot Wilson, right? Such a clown. So we have him. That's the internet. So there's an internet mole right there. Yeah. Bang. Then we got management of air personalities. Yes. Bang.
Yes.
That's it. You know, but I respect it. It's business. So then, you know, so when I talk New York, it sounds weird.
Yeah. Wow.
We also have, before I give my opinion on the whole situation, Rocnation also manages all their enemies. I'm giving you New York today. Today I'm giving you everything. Let me not say enemy. That's such a harsh word. No, not enemies.
Competition.
Past enemies.
Okay.
Past enemies, which I respect. That's a guerrilla move.
Yeah.
New York, everything I'm saying right now is a guerrilla move, right? But I want to paint the picture so you understand why when I speak today, I ain't that important. Nobody really cares what I have to say. But because there's been a mute button on all of these different personalities and things, I sound harsh. Just giving my opinion. So where was I up to?
All of the past.
No, okay. This is a guerrilla move, New York. I ain't gonna name the rappers because I just don't want everybody to get sensitive. But I'll buy the commercial. Don't worry about it. Keep going. So I never understood these. You know, people that he's had past situations with. He gave Nas a deal at Def Jam. That was great, though. Great for the culture. And I think that was a great situation to mend. I thought it was dope.
Yeah.
You know, Ether, what was the other song? What was Jay's song? There was Ether. There was something else.
Well, first it was Takeover, then it was the Super
I don't
Ugly.
know if Ether was better than Takeover. I don't know. I feel like that Takeover is definitely just my opinion. Okay. But where else was I going? Okay. Yeah, that was dope. I mean, Fat Joe had at one point. Joe, don't get mad at me today.
No.
Joe.
I mean, I think Joe said this.
Joe gave me a phone call.
Oh.
Joe, don't get mad at me today. I'm just giving past history. Like, I'm just giving a story.
There was an issue, now there's not.
They're not. So Fat Joe, Freeway, Jim Jones. Who am I missing? That's a gangster move, and I like it.
Nice boss.
No, boss move. Boss. So, the reason why I'm painting this picture is you're never gonna hear these particular artists ever say anything, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just painting a picture. And before we pay some bills, let me tell you something, New York. Jay-Z's my favorite rapper of all time. A press release came out on a pardon for Desiree as a CEO. I want to comment on it. That's it. You can call it hate and you can call it whatever it is. I'm on the radio. I'm a personality. I'm going to give my opinion. So Jay-Z is my favorite rapper of all time. Not just, he's over Biggie to me. And he has provided us, and I put myself in that picture. I want to say Dame too. You know, I mean, of course, Puff before that, but they have provided a blueprint in the music business, Rockefeller and Rocnation, that is amazing. They've employed numerous people and helped many artists, especially when maybe there's not a lot of great management companies. Okay. So he is, whatever my opinion is tonight, New York, I'm just commenting on something that I saw on the internet last week of maybe the greatest rapper of all time, right? He's the greatest rapper of all time to me. And the greatest businessman to me, still is. So I just want you to understand that, New York. That is where I see him. I see him there. Like, he is the greatest to me. And I know I gave you those list of people, and maybe, which is okay, where me and Jay-Z's relationship, I'm giving you behind the scenes stuff today. Maybe where it went wrong was, you know, just like all the other air personalities, he used to call me if he had something he felt, me giving my opinion, or if I'll keep it 1,000. I think one time I said, I'm gonna give you 2 incidences of when he called me. 50 Cent was hot, and 50. You remember this?
I remember this.
You remember? So I'm not lying.
Not at all.
Okay, 50 Cent was hot. I went on the radio that day and I said he was the king of the city. I mean, Kaiser, I got to mention your name today, bro. Kaiser connected Jay, and Jay said, we can't give him that right now.
Too soon.
It's too soon. How'd you remember?
I remember this.
Conversation.
This. Yes.
You was still with me. I've had it on speaker.
Yeah.
And he said it was too soon.
Yeah.
I disagreed. Yeah. It was just I disagreed. And he's an important guy. But when he called me, I get it. If there's another DJ hotter than me, I'm okay with that. Sure, right. But if there's another DJ hotter than me, there is. You know, there's a lot of DJs hotter than me, bigger than me, make things happen more than me. So I would understand if somebody says somebody's the king of the city. Yeah. So I didn't take offense to it, New York. Kaiser, I'm sorry I brought your name in this, but you did connect me and Hove that day. You're my guy. So, okay, there's one. I had mentioned on Twitter about the mixtapes, about when the Locks were going at Rockefeller. And I think I said on Twitter, you know, at the end of the day, the Locks washed them. I got another call or a text or whatever. And this one, though, every time I tried to be a little bit more, I was like, but that really did happen, though, bro. Yeah. Like, I said it to him. He didn't like it. I knew we were starting to have a strain on our relationship. Yeah. Then when Inflex We Trust was in full swing.
One of the greatest websites ever built.
I mean, we won't stop.
210 million a year.
No, come on, stop. My website got a little bit more gossipy. And now I'm getting a call once a week, once every 2 weeks. I was okay with it, and I would try to explain. Sometimes I didn't see it. So that's when me and Jay-Z's relationship was starting to get strained. And New York City, he calls every air personality in New York City personally. If you say anything which is why I said, and I didn't mean to blow up last week, that he's the most sensitive person on earth. That's why I said that about him being on social media. None of this I wouldn't be talking about, New York, if his CEO didn't get pardoned by Trump. None of which. But let me rewind to our issue. And I don't know if it's an issue. He probably doesn't care. Remember, he is the greatest of all time. He is the greatest businessman. And we look up to him, New York. I've only had my opinion of this guy for like 4 times in 20 years. And everybody gets their panties in a bunch. So, you know, New York, I'm giving you a timeline of where it went wrong. We got to pay that bill?
Yeah, they.
Give me a second. Okay. I'm just giving you a timeline before I give you my opinion on the pardon. So, I remember, I think a Beyonce picture had leaked, and my site had put it up.
Getting out of the car. I remember this picture.
She was getting out of the car, and I don't know how anything looked. I posted the picture. John Maneely. Yo, what happened to John Maneely?
That's a different conversation. Got what he needed.
Wow, I forgot all about him. So, John Maneely called me. Cool. We got a call. A lot of bass in his voice. But I love John. New York City, John Maneely was once my accountant. So I'm going to be transparent today, right? He's a person I like very much. He's always, pleasant. But he definitely not. It's something about people when they get that plane on their chest.
Paper plane.
I can tell when you got the plane on your chest and when it's off. It's just it's crazy. Yo, you ever talk to one of those guys in those hats? They look at you for 20 seconds with a blank stare before they even put their hand out with the hat on. Breathing heavy. You're like, fam, I see you got the Rocnation hat. You done good. You done good, bro. And listen, I know I can't go to the brunch. No, but in my joking, New York, please, I'm just joking about the brunch. But once again, remember, I'm talking about my favorite rapper of all time, and I'm talking about the best businessman of all time. If I can please keep that in mind when I'm joking, he is to me. Like, that's what it is. He's top tier, man. Top. Like, no one has done it better than him. And I'm going to be honest, no one is going to do it better than him. And his contribution to the game is huge, but I am not going to keep that from snapping and joking on that Rocnation brunch. The amount of grown men that I seen in their pose looking nuts. You don't even care if Jay-Z's looking at the lemonade. You take the picture anyway. You don't feel ridiculous? Yo, it's crazy. Yo. There's grown killers in there looking nuts. But the crazy thing is, no one's friend says, yo, you was looking nuts in the brunch. Nope. Okay, fast forward, because where did I leave off? I don't know why the brunch distracted me. I was talking about something else. Okay, what were we talking about? Yes, no, it wasn't Elliot Wilson. It wasn't. No. It wasn't the internet mole. Even Elliot has the S on his chest when he's doing an interview. Yeah. There's no nothing that could make you get that cornball juice off you. I don't care what logo it is. You are a cornball. He's my guy, though. I love him. Yeah. I love him, man.
Shout to YN.
I love him, man. I love that cornball.
Oh, man.
Wait, so what were we talking about that even got us to that? Before the brunch, we were saying, we were saying about the enemies? No, I don't remember.
I think we were just wrapping up.
We were just wrapping up. So, all of this, I'm just painting a picture. Great company, by the way, but they have weight at the labels.
Yeah.
but the artist and the other stuff. So I guess cool. So we're gonna pay something, and I'm gonna give my opinion of The Pardon.
Yeah,
Because that's really
that's where we were. Yeah.
I just want to give my opinion of that, and then we'll move smooth. We covering everything. John Maneely, that's what we were. What happened? No. Matter of fact, he's managing. Sorry. John Maneely is managing Action Bronson, and he's matching a couple of artists.
Okay.
Yes, I spoke to him. So shout out to John Maneely. John, you know I'm joking with you, but you know what's so funny? But people, like, sometimes the people, they wear that S on their chest right up until the day they fired them and moved those guys out the building. That S is on their chest. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're going to come back with The Pardon. Yeah. Let's discuss that. Yeah, we're going to talk about The Pardon. We covered 6ix9ine, right? That's our guy.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Okay. Please remember, New York, my conversation today is me speaking of my favorite rapper, my favorite businessman, and just entrepreneur, and everything that, what people have learned. But it's okay to have an opinion. And so many people from over there got so irritated with me today or over the weekend. It's just my opinion. And you know something which y'all don't see? Y'all are bullies. Y'all are real bullies. I'm keeping it 1,000 with y'all. Y'all are real bullies when y'all stand behind that dude. Y'all are such bullies. Guess what? The big guy, Jay-Z, he's kind of earned that. He's earned that. And y'all the dudes, y'all come underneath, y'all want to bully. But I want to just say this to you. What comes with bullying is people giving their opinion. The roach part of New York, and then I'll give you more behind the scenes on the industry. They bully, but they buy and purchase people, and they get upset behind the scenes with websites, air personalities, and bloggers. I don't even know what that is. That's like I want a perception of the bully, but I want to move people around behind the scenes. And New York, the only reason I'm allowed to talk like this is, let me tell you, because if I worked for Clear Channel, what's that place over there?
iHeart.
If I worked for iHeart, I couldn't speak the truth because they spend a lot of money over there, and they can get me fired. If I was like, I'm on an independent label with my music, so they can't get me dropped. They can't, stop my clubs. They can't stop my livelihood. Big D, I love you. I love Big D. Big D's over there.
Shout out to Big D.
I love Big D. I love him. Big D I'm giving you industry behind the scenes to prove the bullying. Big D call me. Hey, Flex. I love you, D. Let me tell this story, D. You're a trooper. You had the airplane on your chest. You had it on. And I understood. Because you know what's funny? Like, how I know... me and Big D, though, we've been through some things 20 years ago where I appreciated I appreciated him, right? And I don't want to say that. That's between me and him, and I do appreciate him. And that was just, something that happened 20 years ago, right? I ain't going to be 100% transparent today. I'll just tell you that something happened. So, so D, don't take what I'm going to say about you right now as me not being loyal. So Big D gave me a phone call, and Big D says to me, because I'm going to keep, he didn't mean to bully me. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it, but he was bigging me up on, my situation and the artists and the things that I'm doing. Thank you, D. And D is a stand-up guy.
Super.
He's a super stand-up guy. He's never wavered. He's a good friend of mine.
10 toes down.
And let me tell you something, New York. I'm never personal with any music. There's no record from anywhere, Drake or anybody, that I give an opinion of. When people make great music, that's my job to play it. Yeah. So that never interferes. I can separate the two. A guy can say to me, you know, Flex, you're a clown and I don't like you. But if you got a hot one, I'm going to say, yo, I know you just said I'm a clown, but could you send me that hot record you got out? Right? That's me. The art is more important to me. But Big D, he was clever because he caught me off guard. Hey, Flex, you're doing great out there. King Von, you're moving with the young boys. He told me all the artists I'm doing. Like, yeah, Rowdy Rebel, Fabio, man, you look beautiful. I just want to make sure everything's okay. This doesn't get too crazy because, you know, I just don't want Tidal to. I said, yo, come on. Oh, I love you, D.
We're not on the playlist anymore?
No. Listen, he wasn't, and I don't think no one told him to say that. But see, the airplane on his chest caused him to
want to hero up,
cape up. To put the cape. No, but I respect it. And D, you know I love you. I respect it. And maybe he was really being honest with me, saying, hey, Flex, I'm just trying to. This is behind the scenes. So let me see. You see what I'm saying, New York?
He was looking out.
I have an independent label, and I'm through a distributor. But he mentioned that to me. So what if that was my only livelihood and I had to be quiet?
Yeah.
And that's the part of them, but I don't like about anybody like that.
The agenda.
Because if you're a bully, take your medicine. If you're a bully, take your medicine. That's right. Just hand it. Yeah, and I'm handing out NyQuil tonight. Like, let's just take it. It's cool. So, Fat Joe buzzed me too. He's a good guy. I love Fat Joe.
Love Fat Joe.
And I get it. But my thing is, it's just an opinion. So, I told that story about Big D because that's the energy they want. Right? Now, let's pay something. Can I come back with my opinion after this?
We're going to finish the agenda.
Yeah, we're going to come back with, what day was it last week? It was a pardon.
It had to have been the 19th. It was the day before he's out of here.
Oh, yeah. Was it the 19th?
It was either the 18th or the 19th.
Yeah, and they pardoned a lot of people. So we're gonna come back with my pardon opinion. I said everything that I think that's great. Now let me come back and get into what I gotta get into. It's on 97. You heard? Build up when they give a little bit more of what goes on behind the scenes in the music business. So I'm gonna get to the pardon in a minute, but I do want to give my opinion of what was it on Clubhouse you showed me? It was
where they it was Akademiks welcome room.
Okay, so Akademiks welcome room, and then what else was going on?
And then I think Meek came in there, Trav came in there.
Trav
from Queens.
Okay,
a few other people.
21 Savage and his manager run that, right?
Well, no, they were. It was Akademiks room. I think Nadeska had put the room together, but I think 21 Savage was in there. I'm not sure if his manager was or not.
Okay, because I know that I heard that's a very cool room. Like, it's a very informative room.
The room that 21 does and Meezy for Mizo Estates is cool, but this was separate, specific for Akademiks.
Okay,
and they just happened to come in there to express themselves.
Okay. So, I've watched that swirl around. I might have discussed it with Nori today for a second. Shout out to Nori. You know, I'm a little funny about, well, I know Akademiks gets a lot of flack for inciting beef. Is that it?
Yeah.
Right. I know that happens.
Yeah.
Right.
And real issues coming from it.
And real situations coming from it, right?
Yeah.
So we'll play that record in a second. I just want to talk about this first. Okay. So I don't know. I'm kind of like he should have. See, I understand the part that they say about Akademiks inciting the situation.
Right.
Right? I so understand that part. My question is, he's not pulling this out of thin air. Someone is posting this information. Is that correct?
Yeah. He's taking pieces from social media and highlighting them.
Yes. So, and there is some enticing going on, but, I don't believe that the people who are involved in those street situations should be posting that information online for Akademiks to post it. I don't think they're sending it straight to his phone.
Right.
And that's me. And, yes, I do see Meek's point of the engaging the energy.
Right.
But I do see Akademiks' point of what he is putting out there. He's not making it up. He's not filming it.
Right.
Now, I hate to say this part, and this is probably will be the only time I use the word rat. When you, if you're in a crime and you're on your live or you're posting what you're doing or the people that are involved with it, that's you're telling, right?
You're ratting on yourself.
You're ratting on yourself, the people around you.
They call it dry snitching.
He's dry snitching. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
All right. So that's the part that I find, I don't want to say weird, but it doesn't make sense. And, please, Meek, love you, don't get angry at me. I don't think Meek should care about what Akademiks says. I don't think what Akademiks says changes anybody's opinion of their favorite artist.
No.
That's me. And, we live in an age, New York, I talk the way I like to talk, and I expect people to give their opinion of me, and I'm okay with that. And the minute you become opinionated in social media, people then have an opinion of you. So I'm not a big fan of Clubhouse because there's a lot of lying on Clubhouse.
It's called cap.
Yes, I still call it lying, and I know it's capping, but there's a lot of imaginary people who feel that they've done more than they thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I play another song before I get into the pardon part?
Yes.
Because I want to give my opinion of that. What are we gonna play?
I want to go with some Pop Smoke.
Fat Joe has a beautiful new record. I like that. Let's get that on.
Right now.
At some point. I mean, we want to get it on in a second. It's a very good record. And we're going to get this Pop Smoke on?
Yeah.
Let's do that. How nice. CPO, I played a little music. It's out 97, Funk Flex, I'm back. So, I want to enter this break with once again saying Jay-Z is my favorite artist of all time. And I think he's the best of all time. He's my favorite businessman. I mean, brand builder, everything. I just don't want that to get lost in this. So, where do I start? Well, before I get to the part, what was it? I want to continue to make sure the picture's right. So, New York, remember what I said. Oh, I made a mistake with John Maneely. John Maneely, and his plane wasn't as big on his chest. It was a smaller version. No, it was small. Pecos was there too. John Maneely handles Joey Badass and Nas. Yes, it's Todd Moskowitz.
Right.
Who handles Action Bronson. Right. Yo, you know what's so crazy, New York? You know how it is to get a call from your friend, and I'm not going to say my friend's name. He said, hey, I know you like to post me a lot. Could you not post me today? A friend of mine, a music industry friend. I think he was playing, but he said it more than once.
No, he wasn't playing.
All right. So, what picture did we paint? We talked about the managing of the air personality. So that's the mute button, right? We talked about the website control, that's Fire Engine Jim. What's his name?
Oh my God.
Elliot Wilson.
YN.
Yeah. And then we talked about, so there's and I'm giving you behind the scenes music industry information. You'll never hear an artist on that label or management say something because they do business, and we understand that. I don't want to put that in a funny light. It's understood. So they're not going to comment on this situation because the CEO signs the checks, and the CEO also decides where the money goes and to what artist, and to what artists get an opportunity to make money. But I respect it. Okay. It's still a business, and please keep in mind, New York. They might be the biggest entity ever, Rocnation.
Pretty big. So
there are going to be people who do hate, and there are going to be people who used to work there that might be disgruntled. There's going to be other labels that jealousy. So I don't. This is just my opinion of a situation, but there are going to also be some good people who maybe there that got let go. Or things like that. So I'm just giving you both sides. And listen, I'm going to allow everybody to talk about it tonight. You're going to be able to call me, 1-800-223-9797. If you disagree and you think I'm a clown, you could call me, and I'll put you on. If you don't be afraid to tell me the truth. And if you agree with me, you could call and tell me the truth. I'm not going to filter the calls. If anybody disagrees, I'll talk about it with you. And if you agree, I'll talk about it with you. All right?
No cursing.
And I don't normally do it, but tonight I will put it on the YouTube, the Funk Flex YouTube channel, so you can call me all the dirty names that you want.
Well,
I'm going to give you some.
The radio.
Before I do this, too, I want to give you another behind the scenes of the music business.
Okay.
So I would like you to go to my comment section right now, New York, on my last 3 posts.
On Instagram.
So... So when you're on the gram, right? I have records that I've put out in the industry lately. I hire companies like Crowd Control is one. There's another company I hired. I forgot. Shout out to Eric. There's a few different companies that you can hire that make posts for you and comment for you. So the funny thing is, and I want to give this story right. So little old me, I don't make a lot of money. It costs me $2,000 a month, and I can hire a company to make comments in my post, and I can also collab. Shout out to Collab. For my music. So they take my music videos, they chop it up, and they post it on different Instagrams that look like they're not a company entity, but they are. So I'm just giving you, the reason why I'm giving you this information is because, for people who don't like me, I know you like to send those companies into my comments. And I just want to tell you something. When you do that, I know how scared you are. So it's not a very good chess play. When you send the comments, that means you're worried about what I might say, and you're worried about, is this guy's credibility going to make it like,
Shout out to Tellin Blanco sent you White.
What happened?
That's White. Tellin Blanco sent you chiming in.
Oh, shout to him. Now look, we're not doing an avalanche.
No.
Okay, so I'm just saying that too. I want you to understand, and I'm going to tell you something. Another behind the scenes of the music business. The Drake Meek battle. Drake hired all those companies for a lot of those comments.
And the memes.
In the memes. I can hire a company, a meme company, of someone that I don't like, and I'm a small player for $2,000. So imagine when you're a billionaire, what you can do on the internet. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just letting you guys know that It's the music business. Now, I want to see how far back I want to go. I want to go to, I want to go to the NFL. Is that the right place where I want to start? I want to start there. So, that's my opinion. Jay-Z aligned himself with the NFL. I'm working my way up to the part, and this is just my little timeline. It was good, though. It was good. This is all New York City. Once again, from the greatest rapper and businessman of all time, this was a great move. This move right here, legend. All right? So, where was I at?
The NFL.
The NFL. So, Jay-Z does a deal with the NFL. Just my opinion. He says he's going to, I'm going to give you more behind the scenes. He calls every radio personality, not me. He didn't go on me. He calls every major morning show, every afternoon show, not Nessa. And he tells New York City, I'm really going to give you this information, and maybe things will stop happening because I'm exposing it. Maybe it'll stop. But he calls every radio personality behind the scenes and says, give him a few months. I lie to you not, New York. Because everybody went on the radio with the same narrative on both stations. Give him a few months.
Some writers, too.
The writers as well. Nothing wrong. Listen, this is business. And remember, New York City, this NFL deal is in no way a comparison to all the great and the good that he's done. This is just me giving my opinion. He has done ultra great things, city, nationally, employing people. Please, I want to keep that in mind because I feel the same way. I just want to give my opinion of this last couple months. Okay. So the NFL deal happens. The press conference.
Right.
Because I've never really given my opinion of the press conference. Angie Martinez was sitting there with the face that she didn't want to be there. That's number one.
She looked a little hostagey.
Charlemagne asked questions that they cut out. That's number two.
He was off camera.
But yeah, it got lost. Right?
Yeah.
Desiree was sitting in the background. There's nothing wrong with that. And let me veer off topic for a minute, please. I know 6ix9ine was trying to put Desiree in the rat category. Listen, Desiree is a civilian. And we're not going to give this weird stories or try to insinuate someone's a rat. I don't use the word rat. She cooperated. A civilian can cooperate, everyone. We have to, let's really make what it is. 6ix9ine is a person who said he was from the street and he was a gang guerrilla and he cooperated. There's a difference between him and a civilian cooperating. You know what? Let's make that a clear statement. Okay? I already told you, New York, please don't crime with me. Call me Funk Flex Pharrell. I'm testifying, Your Honor. I'm a civilian. Civilians can testify, bro. Let's just make a difference of what it is. So I am not on the snitch thing like everyone else is. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel when it comes to a civilian. So back to the NFL. So I just acknowledged that she was in the background, right? Cool. There was key words that was said. Jay-Z said, we're past kneeling. Yeah. And he understands whatever. Mind you, New York, I'm just giving my opinion of the greatest rapper to me of all time and the greatest businessman of all time and the most influential person to me. I've been very much influenced by him. But I just want to talk about this particular part because he's a very important person in music, in influence, his influence. So where was I at? I was at the NFL.
Where he let me down and he said we're past kneeling.
We said we're past kneeling. Then, as we're past kneeling, we have a situation with George Floyd where there's a knee placed on someone's neck and they die. Right?
Murdered, yes.
Murdered. Trump, he needs to look at the tape. Right? Jay-Z sends an airplane, private jet for the lawyer. But there's something that is very noticeable, New York. And this may take me someplace else, and I'm going to try to just give it to you the best way I can. It all makes sense. First of all, my opinion, he lines himself with the NFL. All of Trump's friends. Mm-hmm. He takes on the same stance as Trump and the kneeling. He disowns Colin. He cuts people off at that press conference. We're past kneeling. The George Floyd situation comes up. You and your team are church mouse. Right? Our vice president's name is...
Now?
Yes.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris?
Yes.
And Joe Biden.
Yes.
Right? Is our president.
Yes.
Everyone on Rocnation, every artist, don't say nothing, do not join in at all. And they have been very, very vocal with Obama, Hillary, concerts, but you shut down on Joe Biden.
And Kamala Harris, the first black woman VP.
The first, and I think she's Asian. Is she? I'm sorry,
she's
South
mixed.
Asian, or she's.
Right.
I just want to make sure.
I'm not sure what her.
The first, she's the first African American woman.
Yes.
Vice president.
Yes.
For some reason, Rocnation didn't see that. It never came on their radar. They never posted about it. They never saw it. Joe Biden, the same vice president when you went to the concerts with Obama.
I didn't think about
The same guy. It's not a different guy.
You met him before.
It's not. His name's Joe. It's not Alan. It's Joe. It's the same Joe. Joe Biden. Right?
Yeah.
You don't see him. You go blind, right? There's no talk of anything in this whole period. Of course, I couldn't figure out why. You align yourself with the NFL. Right? Is that what's happening?
That did happen.
I think she's black and South Asian. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct.
Okay. So it kind of makes sense when we see this pardon. I mean, it's my opinion, New York. Just my opinion, and I know no one's going to talk about it. It's just my opinion. And I will reiterate again. Jay-Z is my favorite rapper. He's the most influential businessman that I have seen. Right? The part that I don't understand is, and people could say, oh, I don't understand the alliance with Trump. That's the part, because when a pardon is involved, and once again, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with testifying. It was 25 years ago. Cooperating. I'm like, but follow me here, New York. Aligning with Trump, and this is just my opinion, Trump loves to shout the Proud Boys.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Stand down and stand by.
Stand down and stand by. That's what he said. Now, I'm going to tell you something, New York, because I want to break it down because I don't want certain people to get offended. People like the Proud Boys, do your thing. Well, let me break that down for you a bit. I didn't even know the Proud Boys existed before Trump shouted it. Okay, they're off in their corner feeling the way they feel, right? And I'm sure there's a lot of other groups. And don't get it twisted. There's African-American groups that aren't nice to other groups of people. To white people, that's true. It's not. It's not one-sided. It's two-sided, three-sided, four-sided.
But the Proud Boys are physical. They get violent.
And I'm sure there's African-Americans who get physical, too.
But there are African-Americans in the Proud Boys. So that's why they think they're just.
All of this is to say is my president is not supposed to acknowledge, and shout people like that.
Absolutely.
My president is not supposed to support or give wiggle room to police brutality.
Absolutely.
There shouldn't be black and brown people getting hurt that the president doesn't step in, and I'm not a political guy, I'm just giving it to you from my eyes. That shouldn't be happening, and Jay-Z should not be aligning himself with people like that. I do not think that's right. Do not tell us you're for the people. Do not tell us to wait a couple months. And now, again, he's done a lot of positive. I'm just on this subject right here. You do all of this. You do not fool me, sir. You're not fooling me. You stood down. You made sure that you brought no attention to all the nasty things Trump was doing. Because you had, my opinion, usually in a situation like that, there's money donated, or you speak to somebody, or you promise something for a pardon. It was everywhere that Trump was selling those pardons. They were for sale.
Or you publicly campaigned for him to get the pardon. Like Snoop did say, hey, I'd really like for Harry O to get pardoned.
Snoop.
I really appreciate it. Lil Wayne came out for him publicly, even though he said it didn't have anything to do with the pardon.
I feel differently about Snoop because he kept his opinion right up until, and I don't know, right up until the pardon for his friend.
Or right after he got actually out, that's when he was like,
he got out.
Yeah.
Okay, right? Lil Wayne, please, who never stood for nothing. Right? He never stood for anything.
That's facts.
We don't expect him to. And sometimes, I want to be fair to Lil Wayne, sometimes I don't know if he has all the information on something.
Well, he said he doesn't see racism.
He doesn't see race, and maybe he doesn't. I don't want to shatter his opinion. And he was always for Trump.
Yeah.
From the door. Kodak, I mean, he wanted to get out of jail. I'm not saying I understand it, but I don't know what it's like to be behind bars.
It's not good.
And I'm gonna keep it 1,000 in referring to Desiree. I don't know what that's like to have that on my record. I don't know what that's like. So I don't want to speak for those people and say, oh, you should just do your time or you should did. Cool. The part I have a problem with is the Trump, Jay-Z moving with him. What if Trump would have got elected? Well, you know what? I'm not. Who told me to stay off that subject? Shout to Nova. Nova didn't like that subject.
It's after the Capitol incident, it is a scary thought.
No, I mean, but
if he would have had a second term,
how do you do business, man? 1-800-223-9797, please.
No cursing.
Yeah, no cursing. does business with Trump here. That's my problem. Does business with Trump and what Trump supports. And please don't take me wrong about my opinion of Trump. I know Ebro's very vocal about it. I do think Trump is a racist. I do. Gotta be honest. I mean, maybe more so in the last 6 months or the last year. I do think that I don't support what he supports. And I'm surprised that Jay-Z supported him. And you could try to separate it and say Rocnation and this and that, but the way those pardons work is you have to support what they're doing or there's a donation. I'm not saying that Jay-Z did that, but I just know that that's how the thing works.
Yeah. It is actually.
That's how, am I wrong with that?
No, that's true. That's facts.
That's how it works.
That is politics.
And I mean, I don't want to, because I know there's a lot of hard. How can I say this, man? And there's a lot of street rappers over there. You know, just my opinion. There's a lot of rappers. Hove comes from being a street rapper, and there's a lot of people who are vocal about things. I just haven't heard any opinions. I just haven't heard nothing. And I'm so confused. And please, 1-800-223-9797. I want you to call me. I want you to give me your opinion. I want to know what you feel. I'm a little disappointed. Maybe I don't know all the facts. New York City, maybe I don't know everything that happened. But I do know. I mean, when Kanye did this, it was crazy. Like, you know, who else? Ice Cube, they murdered. Yo, New York City, Ice Cube's not the same guy the way that internet chewed him up. Like a tough piece of steak. They chewed that boy up. Kanye hasn't even bounced back from that yet. Fully. Has he?
No.
He hasn't bounced back,
still
right?
Bouncing. He's still bouncing.
That's it, man. I just want to know if that's even possible.
I don't.
Who got caught with 35 bricks? Yo, why did somebody? What's that young man's name?
That is my man White, aka
White.
Tell him Blanco sent you.
Okay.
He Winner's Circle, Chef G, Sleepy
Knee
Hollow.
deep. He used the word knee deep in the game.
Yeah, he's been vocal about this.
Listen. You know what? Let me take this time to listen, because I guess the Desiree conversation. Listen, let's. My understanding. First of all, New York City. Maybe we and people haven't spent enough time. I'm gonna say top 3. Desiree is one of the top 3. Let me say 4. 4 people that I've met. Besides some of my close friends and my girlfriend. Like, Desiree's work ethic is impeccable. And, you know, we're going to give we don't front on people. And I'm giving you a lot of industry inside. I don't know, and I've seen a lot of execs in this music business. I don't know if I've seen people with her work ethic. And let's not forget, they feed a lot of people. They put a lot of people in the right direction. They help a lot of artists. You know, that's the bigger part of it, which is important, because some of your favorite artists in New York you do hear because there is, you know, Rocnation does do good business. They do some bad business. They do some bad business too. They do some bad business too. But you know what, man? And we gonna keep it all the way 1,000, New York. You know, a lot of people, since I made the post Thursday, if there's one thing I've learned, because I have not been back on the backside of the music business in a long time. And if there's one thing I learned, man, is Desiree's a tough cookie because these labels can't stand her. If there's one thing I learned, is they can't. Yo, listen, and I'm going to keep this in the nicest way possible. Should you have cooperated, Desiree? Absolutely. Yes. Do they hate you in this music business? Absolutely. They hate you. And, I mean, they hate you. I mean, wow. I mean, and I don't want to say hate like you're hating on someone. I mean, if I could give any advice, if I could, New York City, I've seen it all. Master P, No Limit, Bad Boy, Rockefeller. And this is just as an industry person. Red, am I leaving any companies out? I mean, Death Row. Oh, Red, you always coming with something clutch. Red always coming with Death Row. I mean, what have we seen? We've seen some of the biggest labels. And this is just me, and we joking. Hey, man, congratulations to y'all, because y'all make a lot of money over there, and y'all done a lot for good people. And this is just a joke. It's just a perception. Just for me talking to these record companies. The day y'all get cold. And I've seen a lot of labels go cold. Man, it's going to be brutal. I'm not wishing that on anybody. I'm just saying when that gets to that particular point, it's going to be interesting. But where did I leave off? Because it's going to be interesting. So, you know, I believe she's listen, and I know Desiree a long time. And I've known her to be a civilian. And if we're going to talk about the story, let's talk about it. Supposedly, according to the newspaper, she was in a house, I think, with a lot of cocaine. I mean, I never known her to sling or to do. I never known her to do that. So I can only assume, in the way the story is written, that she was around it. I didn't hear that.
It's just that the way that it works, they have to have something on you in order to get you to do something.
Oh, yeah, but if me and you, if they run in here on us right now and they open that closet, I hope Nessa didn't leave that cocaine down there.
With 35 bricks?
35 bricks, we're going to be in trouble. And I'm going to testify against you.
Oh, damn.
That's the crazy, Red, I got to do it.
I'm going down.
But I'm just saying that, but this is what, like.
Yeah. But
what?
What was she doing in that crib with 35 bricks? That wasn't home.
I think hubby was slinging. Old hubby. I think. Like, that's
okay.
what, you know, I think people, like.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking 1995, 96, this heavy.
The way that it works, if you have knowledge.
The Wire was nervous. The Wire.
The Wire.
No. Well.
No. That's the cooperation part. But if you have knowledge of any crime.
I can't even picture her wearing the crazy part is I can't even picture, like, she doesn't even seem that type of person. I can't picture The Wire.
I mean,
I can't picture
it. Feels like it happened. But
yes.
If you have knowledge of a crime and you don't say something, then if she knew that old hubby was slinging, then that's why they probably forced her into said situation.
Listen, New York, please, and you're allowed to correct me anywhere you want. I know Desiree from being a nightclub promoter. Then, why are you doing that?
Because there's...
Wait, and then I know her from running the 40/40. So I know her from nightlife. I did not see any drugs. I did not see any selling. That's me. I did not see that.
But that's after said situation, right? No?
Yes, but I'm just saying, I did see online where it said she was in a house or something, right, with a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
And then the wire part is weird. No, wait.
Well, that means they really had her.
Well,
because you don't force to wear a wire.
She's a civilian. Right? Civilian. She's a civilian. Like, we got to put, like, we can't pick when we're kingpin and we're civilian. Right? It's like,
it's just
6ix9ine was kingpin gang gorilla. Right? That's the perception.
Yes, and they had the wire on him before anything even happened. In the vehicle,
I don't know.
In the vehicle.
I like 6ix9ine. Don't do this.
The driver. It's not him, the driver.
And by the way,
he picked.
and you can get mad at me if you want, New York, 6ix9ine had a top 5 dope album. That first album, we can hate and we can be upset, and he shouldn't, but that was a great album. Yes, it was. He had about 7 or 8 records ringing off in the club. Just giving my opinion.
If he just wouldn't have trolled to get to where he was at, would have been better.
So back to the crime and the coke.
So for them to force a wire, there had to have been something that they had that she felt like she couldn't fight in court.
Yeah, I got caught with the bricks. I'm sitting here.
I mean,
you can't fight that one.
You can if you're just sitting there, but if they have
I wouldn't
something
take a
else,
chance. To tat, I'm not taking a chance. Listen, kiddies out there, kids, if you get caught with the bricks, well, let me reframe this right. Let me put this right. If you're from the street, you're not supposed to.
no.
If you're, I didn't know her as being a street person. I did not. That's not what I knew. So I'm taking it the way it was pictured. Some drugs happened. She happened to be near it. Okay. He got busted. Testified. This is 25 years ago. So it's not recently.
Right.
And I don't even, and New York City, we're giving our opinion of the music business. Because we were going to get back to him working with Trump. I don't want to lose track of Jay working with Trump.
No, absolutely.
The funny thing is he think no one sees him. You know why I know he thinks that?
Because he's not on the internet.
He's not on the internet, so he really doesn't. He's listening to Goofy. What's he? I like Jay, listen. What's the guy's name?
YN.
Elliot is giving you bad internet advice.
Well, he's right and he's wrong at the same time.
Okay, so are you on my page that she didn't cooperate, and she cooperated, but it's different when you're civilian.
It is different when you're civilian.
That's all.
I'm on that page.
Yes, and you agree with me that it's different from 6ix9ine.
Absolutely.
Okay, that we need to establish that.
Absolutely.
And there isn't really a problem with the pardon.
No.
There really is not.
It was one of those pardons that she was already out living her life. It's for just the name of it.
Our problem is our guy working with Trump.
Yeah, that's
our problem here. Is that correct?
That's a bigger problem. That's where he broke my heart. He were past kneeling when we were
Yo, don't say that. He's going to call your phone.
In caps?
Capital letters.
I mean...
And I only said the sensitive part.
Sorry.
Like people... No.
Being honest.
Call me 1-800-223-9797. If you... every now and then, New York, I'm going to give my opinion of the music business. What did we learn today? Did we learn today, boys and girls?
What?
Lot of gangster rappers over there without an opinion. Right?
That's our friend.
There was a nice lead up, sellout journey to get to the pardon.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. They didn't finesse Jay, did they? That's right. That was. I don't know. We don't have a rat situation here. No. We have a cooperating situation.
Well, the streets are going to liken those two together no matter what. It doesn't matter.
The streets, I agree with you, but you know,
civilians should have a choice to testify.
Of course.
That's not necessarily cooperating if they had nothing to do with the situation yet were affected by the situation.
Cooperating depends on how shook up you are at the time. And what, I mean, come on, like for real. Like we really got to talk. That maybe that's the bigger issue here. Like I don't care who. For some people aren't gonna really what do you call it when you're testifying or cooperating? I think people like to use the word rat in social media because it sounds a little bit more aggressive and we didn't turn the show into a talk show, did we?
I mean, it's almost a podcast.
They love me out there. You know what? Shout out to Gilly and Wallow. They've been telling me I should get into the podcast game.
I've been telling you that for years, but it's okay.
I don't think it's something I want to do, but every now and then I want to talk about certain subjects on the radio. Mm-hmm. So we were saying what we learned here.
There was an agenda set for a mute button. That business was aligned that shouldn't have been aligned.
And they tried to muscle me. I know they didn't. I'm joking.
Well,
I'm joking. No, they just talking. That's all. You know, it's okay. Choke, will you stop, man? Stop, Choke. Stop, man. I love Choke. Choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. I love you, man. We're not
He's been vocal in the past.
He's been vocal, and listen, I respect his opinion.
Okay.
But, you know, we can't just turn everyone loose to go ham. It's not what
it's not a free-for-all.
No, it's not that. It's just, I'm just talking about one specific subject. I'm not trying to tear nobody down or make them like miserable. It's just my subject that I'm on. So I'm going to put people on the air.
Yeah.
So if you want to go on there and you want to give me your opinion, you call me right now, 1-800-223-9797, and we will further discuss this. Because I do have one more thing to talk about.
Okay.
That wasn't on the list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. High 97, let's go.
Flex is Jose from Brooklyn, man.
Jose, what's going on, my brother? So talk to me. What do you want to talk about?
Let's go. Flex.
Wait.
Flex.
Wait. Give me 2 seconds. Let's intro it right.
Sir.
So you know what I've been talking about. I've been talking about the whole pardon thing, Trump, Jay-Z, the Rocnation CEO. Tell me what you feel. What do you feel?
Nah, off rip, Flex, I gotta give you so much props, my brother. Like, I'm a young dude, you know what I'm saying? I've been listening to this station forever. I grew up on you.
Hey,
I'm
brother.
like, it's about time somebody tells the truth. You understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like, the situation is crazy. But this is the biggest thing. I got two things to say, you feel me? Flex, you should do the podcast for real, no lie. No lie, I definitely think you should. For real,
I don't want to do this. I don't like doing this every day, my brother. Every now and then, I like to.
Bro, the wisdom that you have, like, I don't listen to the radio just to, you feel me, like, get the vibe. I listen to the radio to understand the industry. You're teaching us, Flex. You're teaching us, and honestly, Brooklyn, New York, y'all need to, feel me, everybody needs to pay attention. So here is the thing that I would say about this whole situation. For the woman, I really don't know who she is. I've heard, you know what I'm saying, the story, so now I understand where she kind of fits into the equation. Mm-hmm. I would say this. If your loyalty ever is going to be compromised, or I would say if your loyalty compromises your freedom because of the people that are around you or the people that you do business practices with, you might want to see who you're doing business with, because it's fake is what you signed up for. If you're sitting in a house with the work in the house and it doesn't belong to you, you got to know something's going on. So either they paying you for your loyalty or they putting you in a situation where your business practices made them comfortable enough to invite you in a situation where something is going down. So even though we don't have the full scope of the story, she had to be a somebody to be in that situation anyway. That's all I'm saying. That's my one.
Okay.
On the Jay-Z situation, bro,
yes,
I would say this, especially when it comes to artists. I believe that, yeah, Jay-Z, he got Brooklyn on his back and all of that, but it is so easy to forget what it really feels like and is to live in Brooklyn, to come from that world. He came from that world. He doesn't live in that world anymore.
Okay.
So when he says, you feel me? So my son could say that. He doesn't care about the kneeling thing because he's not in our world. But for those that are still in the trenches, the foot is on our necks. You feel me? Like, we don't get private planes and go on vacation and stare at your face. He worked hard for that.
Yes.
But we don't have that. So this issue will always concern our community. But it's his political affiliation. He's a businessman who aligned himself with he's a businessman. Trump is a businessman at the end of the day, ethics or not. We could say he's a businessman. How he achieves his dividends is something different.
Gotcha.
So for Jay-Z, you feel me? Jay-Z aligning himself with this man, he's going to align himself with the businessman. I just want New York and to take the heat of Flex and understand our favorite artists could still be our favorite artists. We could still respect them. But the morality and integrity in which they do their business, we got to hold them accountable. And Flex, we're holding him accountable.
Yeah, and he's my favorite artist, my brother. And
you said that. You said, Flex, you said it so many times. It's like, yo, if anybody denies it, you're crazy. You're not bashing the man. No. So we got to spit the facts. He put himself in this conversation.
Correct.
And now hides his hand in the most important time when we need our trailblazers out there. So it's cool, Jay-Z. You don't have to be a trailblazer. Be a businessman. Let the fans enjoy your music. Keep your political affiliations and the things that concern you separate from your music. But if you're going to empower me as a black young man to do better in the future, I want to see that joint walked out in every level of your life, not just when it's convenient for you, for the black vote or the black buy for the iTunes sales or the black for the radio play or to buy the new dispensary that you have or an Ivy Park line. It's great. And this is my last thing, Flex, and I'm going to get off my soapbox. We as a community, we make them such a staple. We got Martin Luther. We have Kamala Harris. We have so many other African Americans to look up to. Our favorite rappers don't have to be our role model, y'all, because at the end of the day, they're men and women just like us trying to figure it out.
Correct.
Make your role model somebody who stands with integrity and who really is about this life, and do your own research.
I agree, my brother.
You feel me?
Tell me your name again. Tell me your name. Tell me your name.
Jose, man, from Brooklyn. Jose.
Jose, I appreciate your call, and I appreciate everyone else that wants to call in. 1-800-223-9797, and we'll discuss it. Let's go.
This is Trey from the Bronx.
Trey, what's going on, my brother? How you feel? Now of course, you know what we're talking about, right? We're talking about just everything at the pardon situation with the CEO of Rocnation, correct? And we've been sharing our thoughts. I gave my opinion earlier. What do you feel?
All right, so we're gonna start with the Desiree situation. So, how many times have we seen in history the same situation happen over and over? And I'm saying this as in, when everything is going all good, money's flowing, everybody's with it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's with it. But then when them feds come knocking, people want to tell. So we don't know the full story behind what's going on with her. But if she's in a room with a bunch of stuff, like somebody said earlier, she knows something that's going on. Now, she couldn't handle the heat, and she told. So, yeah, hold her accountable for that. She's a snitch. It don't matter if you snitched back then or now. You still told because you were scared. You couldn't do that time.
Well, here's my question, right? Where's the whole, if you're from the street, you're from the street, and then if you're a civilian, you're a civilian. Tell me, how does that play in this, though? Because if you're in the house, look, I'm just devil's advocate. Is that the right word? Now, if I'm in the house with the drugs, right? Maybe I'm not selling the hand to hand. I'm not whatever. Maybe I'm not transporting. I don't know the full story. Correct. But that makes me not a civilian. And if I'm not a civilian if I'm in the house with the drugs?
Well, you got to look at it like this, right? You have civilians who play a role that's not them. 6ix9ine, he's a civilian. You know what I'm saying? And he got caught up in some shit that had nothing to do with him. So even if she was a civilian or not, and she's a businesswoman and all this stuff, at the end of the day, you're in a house with all this drugs. If you're promoting yourself as this person, and then behind closed doors you're doing this, then, it's going to be a bunch of questions. Okay, did she know about it before? Did not? You obviously knew something was going on. And you told. At the end of the day, you told. So telling is telling the way I see it personally. I'm from the streets. I'm not a civilian. Jay-Z, he was a street dude. He's not a street dude no more. He is a civilian businessman. Those moves that Jay-Z's making with Donald Trump, to me personally, my opinion, those are all money moves. I'm not going to understand that because I'm not on Jay-Z's level. But I've watched Jay's career, and every move he makes is a money move. So I believe those moves he's making on helping out and do whatever it is, it's money moves.
I think some of the moves he's making with the money, with people and helping, is from the heart. There's a lot of that is from the heart. He does want change. You come on.
He does. He wants change,
Of
but you gotta
course.
understand the
Wait,
change.
listen.
The change that they're looking for is this change is bigger than a lot of people. You know, it's bigger than a lot of people. Look what the world's going through today. You're doing two little things for certain people. Like you're helping pardon Kodak Black and people who are famous, but there's people in jail right now sitting here for years that didn't do nothing. How about you help pardon them? You know what I'm saying? You're helping pardon known names. We don't care about these people that have money. We the people from the streets who's trying to make it to where you at, and we can't do that when we're still under the jail. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's helping us. Nobody's saying, hey, pardon that guy from this project. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's doing that.
I agree. I mean, well, listen, I thank you for calling. Tell me your name again, my brother.
My name is Trey from the Bronx, also known as LK.
Okay, Trey, I appreciate your call, my brother, okay?
All right, man. Have a good one.
1-800-223-9797 if you wanna talk to me. I'll put you on. Let's go. He's today, Selma. Am I saying that right? Hey, Selma, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
So
I was really interested in what you were talking about.
Tell me your take on the situation. What you think?
Well, Trump is an amoral person, and you can buy anything from an amoral person.
So you're saying Trump?
Care.
Wait. You're saying Trump has no morals?
No morals.
Okay.
No morals at all. He doesn't care about the black community. He only knew that Biden had an in with the black community, so that was why he was trying to get, black people with pardons and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is that they just did a story about how the pardons were being sold anyway. Just to get a pardon in front of Trump, you had to give $10,000. And then to actually get one, you had to give...
Wait a minute. The pardons were for sale?
Yes, just like everything with Trump. He's a prostitute. He was the prostitute president. Everything he did was for money. Every single thing. They did a story about it. $2 million. You had to pay to get the name presented to him.
So
if
wait
he
a
didn't
minute.
already know you.
Wait. $2 million was how much the pardon cost?
To start, yeah. And he sold everything except for the resolute deaths. I mean, he's a really corrupt person. And I mean, anything he did for anybody there was always like a back end for him somehow. He never cared about anybody in the black community. He never will.
So
even the Proud Boys, he even used those hate groups because he thought he could get more votes. All he wanted was more votes. He even used the white supremacists. He would use anybody to win because he's so insecure.
Well, are you saying, well, I know it's your opinion. So you believe they paid for the pardon?
I saw news. I've seen reports about it, about him selling the pardons.
Wow.
Have one of your assistants Google it. It's in the news. They did reports about it recently, and I mean, there's pretty much nothing he won't sell.
Well, listen, I didn't know that Trump was selling those. I mean, look, I know there's always a financial contribution. Well, not always. It felt like Trump was selling it.
There's people rotting in jail now that get. I mean, he monetized every single thing of his presidency. This has never happened with pardons. Pardons have never been corrupted in this fashion.
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel?
Yeah.
And look, I gave my opinion, but I'm looking for yours. Do you feel Jay-Z supports Trump?
No. I just feel like, he saw an opportunity, like I said. I just think, but see, the problem is when you get in bed with someone like that, you're going to get that stink on you. You can't do things like that. A person of integrity doesn't do something like that. I mean, I like Jay-Z, he's okay or whatever, but I just would never, people don't do things like that have integrity, that care about their reputation. You don't get in bed with a terrible, horrible, practical grand wizard of a president just to do you a favor. If you can't do it on your own, don't do it.
Hold on. It's Hot 97, Funk Flex. I'm eating some Chipotle. I'm sorry. Call me 1-800. I know. Call me 1-800-223-9797. We're going to continue to discuss this.
Shorty a little body.
Oh, my brother.
Well, hence that little round, man.
Okay, so I've been sharing my opinion, so I opened the phone lines up for people to share their opinion. What do you think?
This is what it is, Flex. Check it out, right? You see how Jay-Z is still cool with Desiree, right? But he said he stopped messing with DeHaven because he was snitching. And why is that? That's interesting.
Now, I don't. Just that you know, I've met DeHaven once or twice. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
But I'm not 10,000% sure. When did Jay say that? Because I didn't hear him say that. But when did Jay say that?
DeHaven said it, and Jay-Z never spoke about it. But that's how Jay-Z moved, though.
Wait a minute. But what do you say Jay-Z said?
Why is Jay-Z cool with the lady that snitched in '94, and why you not cool with DeHaven if you said DeHaven snitched?
A good question, but I don't really. I'm not.
And another thing, though.
What are you basing that on? Is that something you read? Do you know DeHaven?
I mean, people. I know people that know people. Yeah.
Okay. So what is it in a?
But another thing.
Hold up. Is it in a song where he said?
Yeah.
I think it's in a song called "No Hook" off the American Gangster
album. He said, "Made men ain't supposed to make
ago.
statements." Something he said.
Okay. I understand. I'm not sure. I don't. My information isn't. I don't have enough information to debate this with you. Kind of. Okay. So DeHaven and Jay-Z, were they partners? I don't know exactly what they were doing together.
Yeah, they was partners. They was all getting money together.
Oh, okay. So F DeHaven for Caven.
Yeah, but if you feel that way about him, then why you still cool with the lady?
Now, is Caven necessarily snitching? I don't know.
Folding under pressure.
Yeah, folding under pressure. Yeah, but she got that. I heard she got that pardon because of the weed business that they going in. She couldn't have no record going in with the big weed business. There's big business going on.
Okay,
that's all it's about. That's why she got that pardon, because she needed that so they could do the Rocnation weed business. They got the weed thing coming up. That's going to be the biggest thing ever. That's why she got that pardon.
I mean, which is going to be legal though, right? It's all legal business.
You can't have no record being involved with that. Jay-Z don't have no record.
Okay.
He's the CEO of Rocnation. That's why she got that pardon for that weed business.
Hold up, my brother. Hold up. Oh, 1-800-223-9797. I want to know your opinion. Call me.
Back with the remix. These boys are my sons like Phoenix. My city. Major pain rockin' camo. Execute, make let a man go. Like to shoot, light you up. Them Rambo. Cuban link full of rocks. It's a choke. Rest in peace to the pop. Make me smoke.
I'm good, Flex. First things first, Flex. Please promote that civilians not snitches. I've been trying to tell my brothers this. If they're square, they need to tell. That's what they need to do.
Now, I really do believe that if you're a civilian, you're not a snitch, right?
100%, Flex.
I gotta be honest though. I'm getting a couple calls, man. Just people that they're saying that I mean, I believe she's a civilian, but people are saying she was deep in the game. I mean, that's definitely coming back. But I don't know. I thought she was a civilian.
Two quick things. Why are we putting what she did on Hove? Why is this Hove? Why is she getting part of Hove's fault?
I think you're right. Number one. I hope you wasn't getting that I was putting that on Hove. That's what you felt in my conversation?
No. I'm not saying you, everybody.
Oh, people.
Even when the kid Tekashi brought it up, it's, look, they next to her. That's what she did. Why is they problem?
You know what? I can see where you feel that. I guess when you have artists, I guess that maybe aren't acting like they don't see it. Maybe that's why. Is that it, Tat?
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you, my brother. I don't think that's
So
my problem, though.
Somebody earlier.
My problem, my brother, is his affiliation with Trump. That's where I feel like it's not good. You know. That
was the other point I was going to bring up, Flex. The NFL don't like Trump. That's why he was attacking them like he was. They wouldn't let him buy a team. Hove's affiliation, if it's with Trump, it's not through the NFL. I think don't like him. They wouldn't.
No. I think the NFL does like Trump because Trump was also for not kneeling. Is that correct?
Yep.
And he wasn't in favor of Kaepernick. He got upset when they embraced Kaepernick a little bit.
He's the one that put it into the flag.
Correct. And then, what else? He was aligned with the no kneeling, right?
He was after the base. He was after the base, not the league. And he was trying to say, look how bad the league is for not throwing him out. He actually tried to buy a team twice. The league wouldn't let him in. He hates them. They won't let him in.
Okay.
That's why he tried to start his own league.
Wait a minute. Matter of fact, hold on. 1-800-223-9797 if you want to talk to me. Funk Flex, let's go. there are a couple people trying to correct me. Not trying, they are. And we're going to play that next young man, right, that he called. He gave some good insight, and I was trying to give my insight as well. You know, I am being corrected on something in New York, and I just want to bring it to people's attention. But as far as I know, you know, what were we talking about? We were talking about the whole pardon thing, right? The whole pardon, the pardoning of the Rock. Why do I keep saying Rockefeller? Rocnation. Dame didn't call this guy. Did he call anything? Gosh, I hope not. Red Alert! What's going on, my brother?
Man, listen here.
Yeah, AB, right? He called me right a little early, right?
I think he's on hold.
Yeah, brother, AB called me. I mean, I'm trying to keep him clean. You know, he wants to go live.
What AB talking about?
AB, what's up, my brother? So we were talking about, what were we talking about? The pardon.
Yeah.
Right? This is Elliot. I like Elliot. He's a good guy. You know what? He's a good sport. He's a good sport.
He held it.
Biscuit.
No.
Nah, I'm only playing. So, the pardon. What were we talking about? Why am I'm just so like I'm all over the place. Okay, so the pardon. We were talking about earlier about the CEO of Rocnation getting pardoned and the possibility of their involvement with Trump and everything else. You know, but I seem to be getting flack today, New York.
Pushback.
I'm getting pushback because people are telling me she was deeper in the game than I'm saying. So, because I need your take on this, Tat. So if you get caught, is it bricks?
A kilogram, yes.
Kilograms. Because, you know, I'm not.
1,000 grams.
Because I'm a civilian. And I don't have good knowledge.
Everybody in this room is civilian now, for sure.
Yeah, you know, I'm a civilian, so I'm not aware of everything.
Right.
I could use your help. So, moving this forward, how much is 35 bricks or kilos? What is that?
I mean, I don't know what the current.
How much space does that take up in the house? Is that a room full?
It's not a room full.
Closet?
It's definitely the bottom of a closet, a good locker, a good chest or drawer.
So why is so many people speaking to us? They're saying that now she was deeper in the game.
Well, it's kind of like I was saying earlier, like you can't sit in a house with 35 bricks, which is anywhere from $1 million to $2 million worth of work, and not know what's going on. And on top of it, right? You don't keep that at your home where you live, where you sleep. You keep that at the stash house. Mm-hmm. Unless they just brought her as a jump off to the stash house, which I don't think she's that type of person.
No, not at all.
She knew that it was a stash house. So she knew there was something.
But can you be in the stash house and not know what's in the house? No, that doesn't fly.
You're just like, I guess, an airhead or somebody that's just not aware of their surroundings. She doesn't seem like that type of person.
Okay, so the wire, right? And we're just going to touch back this for a second. So you can you have to be important enough, and I guess have to have enough information to get around people of importance with the wire.
Correct.
So that's what happened, I guess.
I mean, from what I understand, because I don't know the case fully, but they asked her to wear the wire to some really big league people.
Okay.
You don't just walk into a room, even if you're somebody that was moving something on the street doing your thing, you still don't just walk into a room with big league people they vet you. They know who you are. So they know who's walking into that room before you do. So
just to clear something up, you know, Desiree's currently married to Juan, but this is not who we're talking about. This is someone prior in her life.
Yes, I have
that I think that
no clue that Juan knows anything about it.
This is somebody prior relationship with the bricks. Am I saying that right? Do I sound hip? Do I sound hip when I say that? The bricks? How do I sound? Do I sound good?
You're saying it correct.
The bricks? Yeah, the stash. You know something? I'm going to tell you something. You know what is the craziest part of all of this? That's not. Is that the phone? Is that the feds? There's a phone. Whose phone is that?
Somebody's phone.
Is that the feds? We're done. They're downstairs. Wait. So, see, Ted, you're gonna have to. If we do get a podcast, you're gonna have to be the person that keeps me on track.
I'm definitely with you.
Okay. So, we was talking about jail. What were we talking about?
You were asking about that wasn't OG1.
Correct. Yes.
Is
that's not who we're referring to. That's not who people are referring to.
Allegedly, it's someone else that probably did some time or is on the run or something.
Wait, you mean okay? Yes, but the prior situation.
Correct.
Okay, so a closet is where this would be stashed.
Well, if you're slick and you're good at what you're doing, I guess if you got 35 bricks in the crib, you have an actual stash spot, like it's a secret compartment somewhere.
Mm-hmm. You know what people didn't account? You know what people didn't? Well, let me say this right. People who cooperated. I'm not saying any individual. The funniest part about this whole situation is people who cooperated never thought there was going to be this thing called the internet.
Yeah, the internet is crazy.
And then the internet, it's ruthless. You know the internet has no face? I don't know who's back there.
And it never loses.
No, it doesn't. Well, it doesn't allow you to win.
Correct. It always wins.
I think, I know some people do snitch, right?
You know what?
And some people,
all right. Yes.
It's a harsh word.
Civilians are not combatants in the street. But civilians don't cooperate either. They witness. And then they're asked to tell their statement of witnessing on the stand.
Yeah.
That gets aligned with cooperating because people that snitch or rat or cooperate, that's the same thing.
Why do we use the rat word with that? I've been not
because
concerned,
what
but
animal is lower?
Is that why they say it?
Yeah, it's the lowest of the low.
Rat.
Dirty.
Why can't somebody mouse?
Rat.
How come somebody can't mouse on someone? What? That's not low enough?
A rat is more aggressive.
You can't poodle on anyone. I can't elephant on anyone. It's a rat.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. I just want to know.
No, facts, yeah.
Right, I got that from Red. I'm just asking.
Rats are in the trash.
Red says just asking, but he knows the answer. He knows the person he's talking to knows the answer. But Red Alert wants to hear you say it.
Your facts. No.
So the rat. That's why they use that signature.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's what you feel is happening there. So you're saying you can't bring people down. You can't bring people down unless you're highly connected.
I mean, I don't know the case, but there's two things.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just sitting in the house and they come in and that's all you're doing was sitting in the house, you can easily get a lawyer and fight that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take the option that they give you to wear the wire, that suggests that somewhere in your mind you did not want to fight whatever the amount of time that they were offering.
Okay.
And then to wear the wire and actually get to be successful wearing the wire, which depends on the deal that you made with the government. You can't wear the wire
Feds.
And then it doesn't happen and you're like, well, I did my part. They're like, no, you have to do this.
Now, does a person that cooperate, are they in bed with the feds for life? Like, how does that work?
I mean, it depends on who you're cooperating against, because if it's a person...
We're using such nice words tonight, cooperating, friends.
Nasty.
Cooperate.
But if the person is big enough that you're cooperating against, you want the feds to be in your life because they can always reach out and touch.
Key.
Yeah.
They can call us 1-800-223-9797 if you'd like to discuss the subject more. We're going to play a caller back, right?
Yeah, in a second.
He was a little aggressive with me.
I mean, he
I like him,
has
though.
some facts, though. I don't...
Okay. I know. Shout out to Delson. I remember saying his name
From Coney Island.
No, well, Delson is from Coney Island?
I think so.
From Don Diva?
Yeah.
He doesn't like when I use the cooperate thing. He doesn't like the civilian thing.
10 toes down, so he...
10 toes down. He's 10 toes down?
Yeah. That cooperation
Choke doesn't like when I use the cooperator.
Because
no one likes that.
Is snitch. The witness is not a cooperator.
What was your other friend?
White. Shout to White.
He doesn't like that word either.
No.
He don't like that
10
word.
toes down.
Okay. It's Hot 97. 1-800-223-9797. You want to talk to me? I'm having an amazing good time tonight. Let's go.
Pow! What's up, Flex, man? My name is Mike, man. What's going on?
Mike, how are you? Where you calling me from?
I'm calling from New York City, baby. How you doing, man? Everything all right over there? I want to thank you for this movement. I'm thanking you tonight for bringing this to light and talking about, everything you've been talking about with Desiree and Jay-Z and Rocnation and the pardon and all that. And I think the whole public needs to know, exactly what's going on. And I think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors behind this. You're an old school cat,
Yeah, he called me a cat. He said you're old school cat.
I'm an old school cat, man. We know a couple of people together, through the years that your fam and my fam, but I don't want to talk about them right now because we got bigger things to talk about right now. But I'm going to be honest with you. This thing with Desiree, she needs to come clean.
Wait.
Period.
He said come clean. Well,
she need to come. I'm going to tell you why. Yo, Flex, I'm going to tell you why. Desiree need to come clean. And so does Jay. Okay, Desiree back in the day, either she was knee deep in the game or she just had a foot in the street. Everybody at that time was working. Everybody uptown was working. And the crew that was running the street back in the day, I'm sure you heard of them. It was called the Sugar Hill Crew. They were up on 140th. And my brother that I grew up with, my man in 50, Tony Resto, was the leader of the whole crew.
Okay.
He did 15 plus years in the feds. Okay? OG1 knows who Tony Resto is. Okay, Tony's home now. OG cannot look at Tony in the face and tell him that his wife Desiree was not involved with the FBI and didn't put people behind bars during that era. He was the number one dude in New York. All that that Jay-Z was talking about over the years on his tracks. I'm uptown with those Dominicans sitting in that McDonald's spot. All that work came from one crew, and that was the Sugar Hill Crew, who got wrapped up with the Dirty 30. But at the time, when Desiree got knocked out of the box, she ratted. So I don't know why everybody thinks that Desiree back then, who ratted back then, wouldn't be a rat today and cooperate with the government to get past this problem that she created back in the day. And I'm disappointed in Hov because we all grew up with Hov. Okay, he is an icon. We respect his craft.
Wait. I just want to back up a little bit.
It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy when I start hearing all this crazy talk because, things like what I disagree with you, Flex, is you're saying that civilians get a pass with ratting, and civilians should never get a pass with ratting.
Wait. 2 seconds. All right. I want to let me ask you something. From what I understand, if you're in the street and you claim you're in the street, you're a street person, or whatever, or you're in that life, and you snitch, you're a rat. Correct?
1,000%.
Wait, let me finish. But if you're a civilian, or you're not in that life, right?
Right.
And you testify, you cooperated. That doesn't. I just want to make it a little different because I just want to understand.
So let me clear that up for you right now.
Oh,
if you're in these streets and you get caught up with the police, rule number one.
Yo, wait a minute. You said the police.
Flex, I got you. Hold up, Flex. I got you, my brother. My brother, I got you. Check this out. But if you're a civilian and you're sitting on a stand, then that's already a problem. Because if you're not in these streets, then why the hell are you on that stand? You shouldn't even be inside the stand. How did you end up in the stand if you're a civilian and you're a good Samaritan of society and you work and you're paying taxes and you're not in the hood? How did you end up on the stand? There's a reason why you ended up on that stand. Why? Because you are involved some way or another, and that's why they use you to get that person jammed up. So now when they come to you and they grab you to cooperate against somebody else, even if you're a civilian or you're not a civilian, it's an ethical rule of life. You should never open up your mouth. Period. I don't care if you're a civilian. If you're a civilian, you wouldn't be in the court of law. They wouldn't be knocking on your door if you're an innocent person. My mother, they're not knocking on her door. They wouldn't knock on my grandmother's door.
All right. But what if you're not taking part in the street life? And you, all right.
Then you wouldn't be caught up
here.
with 5-0.
All right.
And you know what, Flex? You wouldn't be caught up with 5-0 because you're not involved in the streets. So why would 5-0 be messing with you if you're not in these streets?
Let me ask you a question. This is what I understood, and clear me up. I looked online. It says Desiree was in the house where the drugs was found.
Okay.
Now,
which means,
but that don't mean I don't know if that means she's selling it, distributing it.
No. Hold up, wait up, Flex. You know as well as I know. You got your shorty. She knows how you move. She knows what you do. Your girl knows what you're getting down with. So that means you know what's up. And if you in it and you know, then you're as guilty as charged.
What did you feel about? What did you feel about?
No, it's different.
What did you feel about the whole wire thing? Wearing the wire.
My man, let me explain something to you. Okay, I got brothers. Their fathers did 25 plus on their heads. I got friends that did all that time, 10 years, 15 years, you name it. That was the era. I get it. It was whack. I don't condone none of that. I think that is corny. That time they're giving is for real. We got good friends. And the day I ever see you in the club, I'm going to come up to you. I'm going to tell you about those friends because you know them. I don't want to talk about them over the air and drop their names.
Yeah, still friends. They're still my friends. They're still my friends.
Hold on, Flex. That wire game, she had a choice. She had a choice to wear that wire. See, the feds could do this. See, they could lie to you, and they could scare you, and they could tell you things. But if you do opposite, they could use it against you in the court of law, but they cannot make you and force you to do something. She chose to wear that wire. They didn't make her wear a wire.
I understand. But wait. Can I say something, my brother? But when you're looking at that amount of time, right?
And?
No.
And?
Well, all right.
And?
Listen, I personally, from what I saw about the case online, I did not get enough information to see that I saw civilian. I'm when you say some people say she's knee deep in the game.
My friend.
Was she knee deep in the game?
I don't know, OG. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't know this cat, OG1.
Wait, Kevin. Listen, wait. First.
I'm gonna tell you something
Be
right
nice.
Now.
Wait.
I know his right hand man. I know my boy that I grew up with, Tony Resto, who did 15 years, the leader of the Sugar Hill.
Now, why did he do 15?
Right
why did he do 15?
My man, he ran the #1 lucrative block.
But wait, can I say something?
Hold up.
But why are we putting all these people into one bucket? Right, that's confusing me.
Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because it was all a connection.
Okay, all right.
It was all connected. The work came from one block.
Oh,
and she had to get the work. You got what I'm saying? There's one dude that runs the whole show.
Okay, got it.
You know that as well as I do. You on Instagram right now. You can look him up yourself. You can look. His name is Tony Resto. That's my man at 50 grand. He's home. He's clean. He did his 15 years on his face. It's all good. I salute you, my brother. It was a time. It was a culture. You
wait.
The block.
Wait. Can I say something?
Legend.
All right. Well, let's do this. Top 97, Funk Flex. I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you. Just give me a second, okay?
I love you and all, Flex. You know, we old school, man. Back in the day when you was in Red Zone, upstairs on the second floor, nobody was in there. We was in there watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know about that, baby. We old school over here, baby.
Yes, I was there, my brother. I was there. I see you were there, too.
I know that. I know you were there. Stephen
My
Lewis
brother, you
you're talking
over 30 years ago. That's 30 years.
Boy, you don't even know, baby. And let me tell you something, man. I come from a different school, and I watched them all go down. I watched them come out. I salute and respect those that came up like you. I salute those that went the other way. I don't have a bad bone in my blood about people. But when it comes to this pointing the finger game, and then you want to act like you didn't point the finger, that I got a problem with.
All right, hold on.
You know that.
Wait, one second. It's Hot 97. Funk, hold on, my brother. Hold on. It's Hot 97. Let's go. 1-800-223-9797 if you want to talk to me. Same thing. It's our 97 Funk Flex. Turn my headphones up a little. Chat. I'll tell you something, New York. I haven't, I can't do the, like, shout out to Gilly and Wallow. So they've been trying to convince me to do a podcast. I'm on with Gilly once a month and Wallow. Yeah. I think we're going to February 15th.
February 15th, next one.
Right? February 15th?
February 15th is the next one, yep. 12 noon.
12 noon. Shout out to Dodge, my partner on that. I was going to say something, too. I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to say? I didn't mix too much tonight. I feel naked without mixing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not in a rush with the maybe once a month about the music business.
The podcast.
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Maybe. We need something else. We need a girl.
Yeah. All right.
Who's part of this whole thing, right?
I'll start looking.
Okay. Yeah, a lady, girl, somebody who's
a young woman.
Maria asks me a lot of good questions sometimes, but she's dead serious when she asks me questions about the music business. She really wants to know. Then she pauses and she looks at me. I'm like, well, no, seriously, that's what happened. Listen, the brunch. Yo, until Wallow and Gilly really broke it down, I was like, have you ever seen a brunch where somebody look like they don't, a guy that has his own brunch and he looks like he doesn't want to be there? It's so crazy. It's cool though. I mean, it's nice to watch from afar. Yeah. Yo, you ever see a brunch picture? What is it called again? The Rocnation brunch, right? Yep. Sometimes I'll see people in the pictures and I'm like, yo, Jay cut you off like 8 years ago. What are you doing over there?
You need something.
You know what? Man.
I just got a mauve hoodie too.
You know, I saw Dame Dash on I saw Dame on the Instagram. Okay. And I know I had a run-in with him. He's also someone I look up to as well. And there's a part of me, and please don't take this the wrong way if anybody that knows him, I felt sorry for him. Okay. Because I know he seems, I know he does the weed in public, right? And that
yes,
on social media.
Yes.
And I was watching it, and I know there's a lot of industry people who are that don't like Dame, you know? And sometimes I think I may have listened to some of those people, sometimes I didn't. But, you know, sometimes when you look at Dame, I never knew a man to go so hard. Dame went so hard for Jay. Mm-hmm. And it is his own reason, like maybe he's not positioned. But you know something? I'm gonna tell you something, everybody, in terms of the music business. Everyone's not meant to do 30 years. Jay-Z, Puff. I mean, I'm starting to put Drake in that category too. There's some guys that have a very long run. Longevity, you know, business-wise, music-wise. And I'm sure congratulations to Mark Pitts. Who's president of RCA Records. He's been around a while. He's done a lot of great things. There's a whole, Craig Kalman. I don't want to miss people, but there's been a lot of people around a lot of years. But I'm gonna say something about Dame, and I'm not gonna say he was right. I'd rather say Dame fell into he was a time bomb. And when I say a time bomb, aggressive. He was aggressive and ride for his people. He was also, what would you call him, man? Like a smart ass, right? Something like that. But you know what I notice now, and I hate to bring this up, but Dame is an easy guy to push to the edge, knowing he's going to go over the top. Jay knew all he had to do was poke him a little bit, and he was going to go over the top. And he just watched Dame self-destruct. And it was easy to clip him. Like, look at him.
Gave him an excuse.
But he kind of knew that he was going to go off the edge.
You should have protected him?
I don't know. He's a grown man. I don't know if anyone should have been protected. He's a grown man, right?
Yeah.
But it's just, to see that. And, the only reason I'm here, or what's a good word, still around, is because I like to, I like to keep it 100. I'll tell you, I probably, when this is all over one day, because it's going to be over for me one day. Absolutely.
Far into the future.
No. Could be tomorrow. It's going to be over one day. And when I say over, and
we work too hard for that.
I'll tell you something. New York, I probably made a few millions, I'm going to use that less than maybe I could have made. And I probably definitely relinquished my invite to the brunch. No, seriously. I could have made a few, and I'll tell you something. Maybe my mouth is my worst enemy. And I don't know if it's because I'm Jamaican. I don't know. Some things just send me places. And I want to comment on it. And sometimes I don't want to say I hate this, but I don't like when people call me and ask me questions on why I'm commenting on this, or just because certain people are scared, why should I be scared? And not that I don't have respect for people, but I just feel like it's cool. I want to comment on it. It's just a comment. It's just an opinion. It's not personal. People comment on me all the time. So a lot of people call me just over the last couple of days with their cape on. Somebody taught me that today. Who said that? Somebody said most of my slang I steal slang. So somebody said to me, he's going to put on his cape. Right. I don't remember. So, I get it, but I enjoy having a good time on the radio. It's just WWF. I like to share things with people. You're always welcome to comment. 1-800-223-9797. In case people didn't hear the first caller we put on. I think the first caller, I don't remember his name, but he was pretty good. Should we play him again when we come back?
As soon as we come back.
So, I'm not going to promote anything I got going on because people are going to think, he just wants to promote his album. It's okay. YouTube does that for me. Yeah. So, 1-800-223-9797. So we should think about the podcast thing.
Absolutely.
I think you'd be good at it, but we need something.
I think we do need a young lady.
Yeah?
Yeah, we need a woman's point of view.
A woman's point of view. That's what we're missing. But where would we do it? Are we doing it on YouTube? What would be our plan?
All DSPs. Everywhere.
Okay. Once a month?
Until the sponsor comes in. Yep.
Okay. It's our 97. We here. Let's play that caller back and I want to order
right after this.
Yes, sir. High 97. You know what it is? Funk Flex, High 97. Who's this?
Let's go, Flex. It's Jose from Brooklyn, man.
Jose, what's going on, my brother? So talk to me. What do you want to talk about?
Let's go. Flex.
Wait.
Nah, Flex.
Wait. Give me 2 seconds. Let's intro it right.
Sir.
So you know what I've been talking about. I've been talking about the whole pardon thing, Trump, Jay-Z, the Rocnation CEO. Tell me what you feel. What do you feel?
Now, off rip Flex, I gotta give you so much props, my brother. Like, I'm a young dude, you know what I'm saying? I've been listening to this station forever. I grew up on you.
Hey,
I'm
brother.
like, it's about time somebody tells the truth. You understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like, the situation is crazy. But this is the biggest thing. I got two things to say, you feel me? And I Flex, you should do the podcast for real, no lie. No lie, I definitely think you should. For real, you have.
I don't want to do this.
job.
I don't like doing this every day, my brother. Every now and then, I like to.
Bro, the wisdom that you have, like, I don't listen to the radio just to, you feel me, like, get the vibe. I listen to the radio to understand the industry. You're teaching us, Flex. You're teaching us, and honestly, Brooklyn, New York, y'all need to, feel me, everybody needs to pay attention. So here is the thing that I would say about this whole situation. For the woman, I really don't know who she is. I've heard, you know what I'm saying, the story, so now I understand where she kind of fits into the equation. Mm-hmm. I would say this. If your loyalty ever is going to be compromised, or I would say if your loyalty compromises your freedom because of the people that are around you or the people that you do business practices with, you might want to see who you're doing business with.